What is going on, guys? This is Jason of Auglitical. I swim through the politics of relationships so you don't drown too. So this was something that caught my attention here, and I just wanted to run it by you guys. So a teacher that's 26 faces 20 years behind bars for dating a high school graduate, 18. So these are just some real quick things in a picture, and I said this summarizes it perfectly. A Nebraska teacher and wrestling coach could be thrown in prison for up to 20 years for allegedly dating a former student after she graduated. Cody Pester, 26 years old, who taught sixth grade at Palmyra Junior Senior High School, was arrested late last month after an investigation by the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office uncovered the relationship. Police said that Pester and the then 18-year-old began exchanging text messages the day she graduated, May 10, 2025. Cops claim Pester and the unidentified teen exchanged about 13,000 text messages from the day she graduated to August 8th. I'm just going to make a real quick note here. I don't even understand why that's even. I mean, that's just something that couples do. When listen, when you first get into a relationship with somebody, that's just something that, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. This, for me, knowing the information, and you guys will know the information personally, I know this may not be something you want to hear, but I don't see this as really a problem. But let's continue. The pair is believed to have met previously at a sporting event. By July 18th, the relationship allegedly turned sexual, and authorities said that Peter waived his Fifth Amendment rights upon his arrest and admitted that they had sex about 6 times that month. Again, girl's 18, she graduated. Why are we acting like as though she has no autonomy? I don't see the problem in this. Maybe there's something wrong with me, right? Because in a world where you have these teachers snatching up these young kids as young as fucking 10, 11 years old, 12 years old, and getting slaps on the wrist, you got this man about to face 20 years for fucking with some girl after she turned 18 and graduated. To me, what this sounds like to me, and this is fun, this is just me just throwing this out here. Look at this man, 26 years old. Well, you know what? Okay. Although the graduate was not a minor, teachers are not allowed to have intimate relationships with students within 90 days of their graduation upon state law. See, but if that's really the case, if we really want to play it by that, if we really, really, really want to play it by that, Nebraska, then would you say what exactly is intimate? Because with all of these teachers, especially these female teachers out here, having these intimate ass fucking relationships with these young boys, I guarantee you they're not going as hard as this. When was the last time you heard of a female teacher getting 20 years? It's very fucking rare. Like they would have to be anyway, I'm sorry. Let's get it. I got a new keyboard here. All right. A Nebraska high school teacher faces up to 20 years behind bars for having sex with a former student because he rushed in too soon after she graduated, according to authorities. Bro, you really think this man rushed in, or you think that this girl probably seen this guy and was like, yeah, this is what I want. 18 years old, you think that she doesn't have a working brain cell in her head? I know it's something that's hard to believe. Again, I would not be surprised if there's a lot of women, like a lot of these feral fucking vampiric twilight ass cougars out here who saw this man, right? Who saw this man? Where is it? Who saw this man, right? And they saw him walking around in them fucking sweatpants or whatever like that. Because for some reason I keep thinking that he's a gym sports teacher. I don't know why, but I guarantee you there was some cougars that saw this dude teaching this young man out here in this school field, and you already know how they act. And they found out some young girl done snatched them up. Oh, you already know what's on site. I guarantee you they're pressing super hard. They're tap dancing on this man's downfall. So this is already information we already know. Although the girl was above the legal age of consent, which is 16 in Nebraska. See, this is the shit that I don't understand, right? Just to play it safe, I say you hit them when they're 17, about to hit 18, 18, right? And my mind never looked at it that way because we've all had this thought in our head, guys and girls, right? Well, probably not girls. I don't think they have this type of thought, but I've always had this thought in my head. I'm like, I like older women. When I get older, will I still like younger women, or with my age, will I just continue to like my age? That's the way I always used to look at it, right? And then as I started getting older, I started realizing that the women that were my age and older acted like girls that were much younger. I was able to hold better conversations with women who were younger, 19, 20, shit, even 17. It was like just before they became damaged goods. I was able to hold conversations with these girls. And mind you, we're not talking about high quality. These are girls that could probably become high quality women. But I was able to see the diamond in the rough. These were just decent quality women, untainted by the hive at the moment, you know? And I just sit there and I just sat there and said to myself, I'm like, yo, realistically, I was like, I'll be hard pressed to not to sit there and deny some chick who's like 19. And let's say if I'm 36, 38, 40, 20, this girl's 20, 21, 22, 23, and I'm like fucking 40, and she's trying to put that thing on me, and there's no reason for me to deny it. If there's no reason for me to sit there and be an asshole towards her, are you kidding me? That's my stance on it now. So I no longer sit there and go, that's, like, you'll never sit there and okay, let's just put it to you like this. There will never be no huffing and puffing from me if I hear that some dude is clapping some chick soon as she turns 19, 18. You'll never see me, because you know why? Because if the guy was rich and the young girl ended up getting around him, you would have girls sitting there just saying that it's a sugar daddy situation. And that girl, go get your money, right? Or you'll get an older woman who's in her fucking 50s snatching up some boy who's 18 straight out of school, same type of way. And you'll have girls sitting there and they're all quiet about it. So I don't know. She graduated in May. The relationship turned sexual in July. So that's 2 months. He gave her 2 months. They gave it 2 months before he started dicking her down. Well, she was probably, listen, if you think this girl, right, wasn't going after this guy, right, she probably did the shit we all wanted to do to the hot teachers in our school, right? She probably came up to this man, and I'll say it just like this. I ain't against older men or older women going after younger individuals if that's what they want to do. All I sit there and say is be passive aggressive. Don't be aggressive about it. If the person ain't with it, don't fuck with it. If they're pursuing you, give a little bit of resistance, right? You got to play it a little bit. Give them a little bit of resistance, But if they're pursuing you, make sure that's what they want. And there you go. Go do the damn thing. If you think this girl did not go after this, she waited into graduation. I guarantee you, she was like, yo, what it do? The teacher, who does not have a criminal record, was charged with sexual abuse. That's crazy. And can face up to 20 years in prison if convicted. Pester is next due in court on March 9th, although police and school officials called him Pester. Wait, what? Pester is due in court on March 9. Although the police and school officials called him Pester, his name was spelled Prester. Okay, that's stupid. That's just whatever. Cops were tipped off about the relationship in December, according to the documents, although it's not clear who first reported it. The unidentified former student told investigators that she knew Pester from when she was an athlete in the high school, where he was also a wrestling. This is exact. I knew it. This is what I was talking about when I was saying that he's a wrestling coach, right? I guarantee you, she saw him teaching them young boys, and she said, "Why do I want Charmanders when I could have me a full ass Charmeleon?" Right? She was like, "Why do I want the Charmander when I can get me a Charizard?" Right? When you see them girls acting all crazy when they see a dude in sweat, listen, just like the Cougars over there, they were probably scoping this man out while he was teaching them boys how to pin opponents in his gray sweatpants. And you know what's funny? I wasn't aware of the gray sweatpants thing. How disgusting women can be, like how disgusting women can be and get away with it. I didn't understand until about 3 years ago, and now I can't unsee it or see when women are paying good. Like when women are, man. Anyway, the vampiric female gaze. Anyway, okay. So I'm gonna just sit here and say it again. I don't give two shits. Free that man. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to ruin this man's life when there's much worse shit going on out there. Stop it. Those bad apples are sure are starting to add up. Teachers, the real enemy. I'm sorry. Bob Tolkey says he was 26. She already graduated and was 18. She was well beyond the age of consent, and he missed compliance with the state by less than 30 days. Without knowing all the details of punishment, does not seem to fit. This is a misdemeanor at best. Focus on actual victims of domestic abuse and violence. Mm. Technicalities of the law tripped them up despite her being over 18. Not classy, but a sex crime? Still, he should not be a teacher anywhere. You're bugging. So what? So hold on. So anybody that has sex should no longer be able to have any capacity to make money? That's what we're saying here? You think that teachers aren't fucking these parents and vice versa? You think that no teacher has ever had sex with a person who was formerly a student? What? What? Listen, if this man was really a predator, he would not have waited. And with the information that we know, this all happened after graduation. It's like you can do everything right and still get fucked over by some technicality. That's what it's. Anyway, I wouldn't like it at all as a parent, but it's not prudent to sentence him to 20 years over something that's moved across legal boundaries. Graduated and 18, she's able to decide for herself. Not anyone, mind you, 16 is the fucking legal age. This shit is goofy. And from what I heard, she wasn't even his student. This shit is goofy. Not anyone I send my children into every day. All the same. Josie, whatever, Josie. Not much you can do as a parent. She's 18. She was a legal adult. This law needs to go. This is an overreach on adults, and it is wrong. He missed compliance by the state by less than 30 days, a.k.a. he broke the law. Yep, female hands wrote this. So there's something I've noticed online, and I say it all the goddamn time. When it comes down to women missing the point, when it comes down to women somehow managing to try to make sense out of things, and it's always based on how they feel about something, they're completely silent if it's on their side or the hive. But when it comes down to a dude, all of a sudden now they only want to be strictly with laws or with what's right and wrong. This shit is goofy. He missed compliance by the state by less than 30 days, a.k.a. he broke the law. And if you think this just started the day she graduated, you're wrong. Okay, so here we go. Now, making up shit. So what this person is saying is in their head, he was messing with this girl before graduation. Even though we have absolutely no proof of this, this is what they're sticking with. So if we erase all of this, this is what Joni Mommy thinks. Daughter's not a crime yet, you moron. He didn't get arrested for thinking of sleeping with his former student. He got arrested for breaking the law. Yeah, this person's weird, dog. This person's fucking weird. Again, that's even when they try to sit there and try to act like a Zoe or grandstand like they're right, low quality women which is women who just are not capable of actual critical thinking. There's another word for something like the above process of critical thinking. Why do you think the way you think? Right? Because critical thinking is basically being able to have a thought process on the way that you figure things out. But there's also a description for understanding why you would think the way that you think about things. And they're not capable of either of those things. He was busted on a technicality, a cheap shot. This is petty and he shouldn't be charged. At least she was 18 and not a student. I wonder how and whys of this 90-day curfew. Unlike the majority of teachers taking advantage of minors, this is not the case here. She is of legal consent, in my opinion. Charges should be dropped, and the state laws reviewed and amended. Mind you, in New York City, there was a law that if you cheat on your partner when you're married, you can go to jail for up to 2 months in the most extreme cases. Kathy Hochul got rid of that law. Even though that has only been practiced twice in the time that that law has ever existed in New York City, they got rid of it and said, oh, this law is wrong because holding people accountable when it comes down to something like this is terrible and it's backwards and it's not progressive and liberalism is la 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 lefty whatever bullshit. And here we are catching up fucking dudes on technicalities when the girl's a grown woman. Grown woman. Now here's the thing. I guarantee you, if this was, and I'm sorry, I'm going to sit here and say it, if this was a radical Muslim who went after a girl when she was 17, we probably wouldn't even hear about it. Or the law would start playing kitty gloves saying that they don't understand or some other stupid bullshit. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that this is wrong? Listen, there's literally a story of a woman who got pregnant by a student who was told to stay away from students and was still fucking with other students, right? Grown ass woman. Went to the court, pregnant, all of that. And the reason why she went to the court pregnant is because, and there was no thing of her going to jail for no 20 years. She got a fucking plea deal. It's funny. Sometimes when I hear stories, I sit there and I go, damn, that's kind of extreme. I understand them doing some type of time, but that's kind of extreme. And then I hear stories like this, and I'm just like, yo, you're going to give this man 20 years for clapping cheeks with a girl? And I guarantee you, the girl is, man. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.